Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everyone. Where are my YouTube people? If you can see me, can you say hello? Can you say hello wherever you are? YouTube people, can you see me? Please let me know if you can see me. Good evening, everyone, wherever you're watching from. Glad to be here. And I hope you have had an amazing, amazing week. YouTube audience, can you just indicate if you can hear me? Right. Apologies, we are starting this um, quite late, just a few minutes late, but if you can hear me, let me know. Yes, 6 people are here. Good evening. Hello. Well done. YouTube audience, well done, well done, well done. I hope you have had an amazing day so far. Very quickly, well done. Thank you. Please share this link. Share this link. Share the YouTube link with your friends. We're just going to be going through a few things that I couldn't share during the summit, right? And I'm going to also be sharing like a recap. I know that we didn't send a reminder tonight, but for you to be here, you are amazing. Please clap for yourself in the comments. You are amazing. For you to be here, you are amazing. And listen, you are going places. So help us share with your friends. Help us share this link with your friends. I'm going to share the link in the comments. Call your friends, tell them to come and join us as we sort of unbundle a few things that we learned at the summit. Right. So invite your friends and let's do this really quickly. All right, welcome. My name is Shola Adeshakin. You are here because you probably attended the summit, right? And you got an email saying that let us unbundle some of the things that we learned. But before we go into that, I'm just going to share a few things. Can you tell us in the comments some of the things that you learned during the summit? Who wants to go? I know that we are streaming this live to YouTube, and this is just going to be very short. I do not intend to be in your faces for more than 30 minutes, right? But tell us, what did you learn during the summit? Were you there? I am reading the YouTube comments, and I really want us to quickly go through this. Were you there? Temidaya couldn't make it physically, and she's asking for the replay. Yes, before this stream is over, we are going to make we are going to make the replay available. It's right on this YouTube page, right? So it's there. We're not removing it because we want you to continue to learn from it. But for those who were there, what were some of the things that resonated with you? Which of the speeches resonated with you? What is that one thing that you learned from the summit and which you would like to share with us? Let's make this very brief. Who wants to go? Who wants to go first? On YouTube, tell us. And very well done. Now, I'm going to go a bit spiritual on you because when it comes to programs like this, I can bet that we all have attended many programs this year on personal finance, on business entrepreneurship, on personal development. But the question is, what do we do with these programs? This time last week, we're all preparing and getting ready for the summit. And now that the summit is over, on that day, everybody was excited. We all were like, yes, oh my God, this is the best summit. Oh, I'm charged. The question is, what have you done in the last 1 week with the things that you have learned? And I really want us to answer. Good evening. Good evening. What are the things that you have learned? What are the things that you have executed from last Saturday up until now? This is a check-in call to say, hey guys, it is not enough for us to have been, inspired. It is not enough for us to have said, oh, that summit was fantastic, right? We are here to just quickly go through those things so that the birds of the air do not eat, they do not steal these things away from us, right? So that we don't get choked by the cares of the world, so that we don't get carried away, so that we don't get inundated, so that we don't leave those things behind. It is just 1 week, and I can bet that some people are back in their old ways. Some people are already groaning. Some people are already complaining. Some people have already lost hope already, right? So last week they were all excited, they were all over the place, but today they are like, what's happening? I'm seeing some comments. Doka says, you can't change or define your purpose. You can only determine your purpose. I love it. Afion said, the world is looking for those who are willing to solve problems they didn't cause. I absolutely love that line. We must be committed to solving problems. Aliot said, I learned that I need a lot of money, not just for my own need, but also to fulfill God's purpose in other people's lives. She says a lot resonated with me. I also learned that I need to finish your book. Aliot, before the end of this year, you must finish your book, right? Koslo, learn because Koslo says, I learned a whole lot, specifically from Mr. Fela Duotoye. Aurora says, I learned a lot, but my take home was on goal setting smart goals and breaking it into achievable action. A real leader inspires, influences, impacts, and improves. I love it. Thank you, everybody. I see that you are, doing amazing, 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 amazing with the comments. Well done. I'm not going to be here for long. I just wanted to encourage you and share just a few things that I had in my notes that I couldn't share with you on that day, and to also inspire you. I didn't want for us to have a week or 2 weeks pass over the summit, and then we are not coming together to sort of align, to sort of remind ourselves, about what we have learned. This is like an accountability call. I already see the things that you are typing, already see the things that you have learned. Tip notes, all my relevance is resting on what I can give more than what I can or will have. So even in collaboration, I must be giving as much as I can get. I bet that you guys took notes, and I'm very, very proud of what you're doing. Well done. So tonight, I'm just going to share a few things. I have prepared these lovely notes and lovely slides titled From Pity Party to Palace Party. I mean, there was just no time to go through these notes, but I'm just going to share a few things out of it, and I hope that it resonates with you, and then you can take this as your extra package on the summit. Let me see if I can share my screen on Zoom so that it can project to YouTube, and then we take it away from there. So from pity party, I'm not going to draw so much. I don't want to take so much of your time tonight, but this is what we are learning tonight. Just quickly, just to summarize everything that we have learned during the summit. From pity party to palace party. Now, when you hear the word pit why to palace party, who comes to mind? What comes to mind? The story of Joseph. Pity party to palace party, right? Remember the theme of the summit was leverage, leadership, leverage, and legacy. What are some of the things we can learn from this young man who went from the pit into the palace? I'm going to run through them. I'm not going to take time, and I hope in 15 minutes I'm done with this, but I'm also just going to use it to sort of aggregate all of the things that we learned during the summit. The first part is leadership, right? As we go through our notes and as we sort of think about all of the things that we learned during the summit, we must realize that leadership is not about roles or about titles. Leadership is about how you carry yourself. Leadership is about your values. Leadership is about your actions rather than just your title or role. Leadership is you taking responsibility, not just for yourself, but for your gift and for your talents and for the people that God has brought into your life, your spouse, your children, the people in your care and whatnot. So leadership is about position versus posture. Leadership is not about position. It's not about the title. It's about your posture for service, your posture for taking responsibility, your posture for going through life, such that when you go through stuff, you realize that it is not just about you, it is about what is to come. It is about the gift and talent that you have and how you can use it to be a blessing to the world. So I'm talking about leadership, and I'm saying, like, embrace the right posture when it comes to leadership. I know that, there are a lot of things happening around the world and everybody feels inundated, but it doesn't then mean that you should go all negative. You should sort of unleash your anger on people around you. It doesn't mean that you should, leave your responsibilities. It's about having the right posture, right, for this season. Bearing in mind that, as my pastor would say, your life is too small to be at the center of your life. You've got to be determined. You've got to, make up your mind that whatever it is, your challenges, the circumstances, the state of the economy, you're just going to rise. Because through your rising, many would rise. People's destinies are tied to your destiny. Imagine if Joseph had gone through all of those things he went through, and then he decided that he was going to take vengeance. He was going to, pay them back in their coin. Then the whole of Israel, the whole of Jacob and his entire family would have suffered, right? So leadership is you realizing that you must take responsibility. It is you realizing that God has put you into a position for a reason. He has put gifts and talents into you for a reason. The second thing I wanted to also quickly say is that leadership is not just about where you are situated, it's place versus purpose. Some people think that, they can become effective leaders or they can thrive if they find themselves in a particular place. Leadership is about how you carry yourself, your values, your actions. Again, not just about title or role, not just about where you find yourself, but about what is driving you. And now my question, just like we heard throughout the summit, is what is driving you? When you wake up in the morning, what is the motivating factor? What puts a smile in your on your mouth? What changes you? What makes you happy? What makes you excited? What makes you look out for what is next? Why are you excited? So leadership is not about whether you came from Shakpade or Shango or Ibadan or Bomosho. It's about what you have been created to do. And listen, the state of your bank account, current state of your bank account should not determine purpose. You may not have so much, but right now, do not judge yourself by your own appearance. Do not judge yourself by what you have in your bank account. Do not judge yourself by what you perceive or what you think people feel or think about you. It's about purpose. So self-leadership is so important. And the two things I've been saying, talk about self-leadership, having the right posture, right? Being driven by purpose. The third thing I'd really quickly like to say about leadership is that you must have a strong perception of the future. It's not about what you are going through. Again, I'm saying that. Permit me to talk to you from the Bible. So many of the patriarchs of faith that we're familiar with, they didn't look like, what God said about them. They didn't look like the promises that they had. Was it David, who was a shepherd boy, who was a guest at his own ordination? They were going to ordain him, but he was not even invited. He was a shepherd boy taking care of the sheep. They had to call for him to be a guest at his ordination. Or is it Joseph who was thrown into the pit? Do not judge yourself or judge your future by the present. It's got to be a perception. There's a quote that I love to quote all the time, that I love to say all the time. Nothing guarantees a good future like a correct picture. And you cannot feature in a future you can't picture. And I think I said it at the summit last week as well. You have to have a strong perception of the future. And you must not judge yourself by what is going on with you. And I wrote here, great leaders manage the present while inspiring a shared vision for the future. Listen, many things will tug at your heart. You've just finished a summit, and yes, whilst everybody is reeling in excitement, I'm like, okay, what did we do wrong? What did we do right? What is not going right? And all of those things. There's nobody that is perfect. So the devil will come in sometimes in form of imposter syndrome, like, no, this didn't go well. Or do you think, I start to think about those things. But Part of self-leadership, part of collective leadership, part of you leading is to help you realize that, hey, my present may be like this, but listen, I have a strong perception of my future. I promise I'm not going to stay long here. Let me go to the next one. Right. As leaders, as we talk about some of those things that we encountered and we interacted with last week, you must realize that there's a price to pay. I put on my page just a few minutes ago some inspired thoughts about the parable of the talent, how 5 became 11, how 2 became 4, and how 1 became 0. Why? Because the person that got the 5, when he got those talents, he immediately went to work. There's a price. There's a price of consistency. There's a price of intentionality. There's a price for tenacity, for being tenacious. So you have read all of those things last week. What are you going to start doing? What are the things you will start to do immediately? Pay the price today. Sow the seed of time. Sow the seed of energy. Sow the seed of good intentions. Sow the seed of service. Sow the seed of patience. Some of us are not patient. It's like, no, if it doesn't happen now, then it's not going to happen. Sow the seed. Pay the price. Now I have talked about 4 things under leadership. Don't forget, pay the price, have the right perception of the future, be driven by purpose and not necessarily by where you stay, and have the right posture. I'm going into the next thing, which is leverage. As we talk about these things that were learned, last week it was a collaboration. Everything you saw at the summit, from the media to the branding to the MC and to everybody that was there that performed one role or the other, even the speakers that came, it was a collaboration. People. So cultivate relationships and networks. As we go into this next quarter, what I call the power quarter, at our Bible study yesterday, what Whispers Bible study, I talked about the last quarter being the best quarter and the power quarter. You need people. Align yourself with the right people. Who are the people in your life, in your circle? You may be in school, you may be a student. It doesn't mean that you cannot attract the right set of people into your life. Cultivate the right relationships and networks that enhance influence and collaboration. Align yourself with people of like minds, people that have the same values that you have. Don't say, I'm going alone. There's a quote that says that if you want to go far, go alone. Or if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. So I'm challenging you as we wrap up all of these things that we learned, and as we start to execute, look out for people that you listen. You cannot, if you want to be great, you cannot shy away from challenges. You cannot shy away from, if you are praying, God, may I not see problems, then you're not ready to see success. You are not ready to choose. What am I going to do? Maybe God is calling you to do a mobile app to help people read better. Let's see beyond our circumstances. Let's see beyond our limitations. Innovation. Skill and talent that you have learned is a proficiency for you. I'm a chartered accountant. My profession, my background as a chartered accountant is a proficiency that I am still putting to use. I sit on boards of Continuous video to belong, right? Leaders must demonstrate expertise to gain trust and credibility. Do not forget that at the summit last week, if you were there and if you weren't there, you'd get the replay. I said that leadership, when we talk about leadership, don't look outwards first. Leadership starts from you. We're all waiting for our leaders in Nigeria and America to make the change, forgetting that leadership starts from us. So you must see yourself as a leader. My mentor will say, nobody will say thou art until you say I am. We need to embrace ourselves, embrace our talents, embrace our gifts, and we must demonstrate expertise. When it starts, see, if you and I take our positions as leaders, if our neighbors, our friends, our bosses, our colleagues, our subordinates, if they all take their positions as leaders, our countries will be better, wherever you're watching from. So proficiency is your leader. The final part that I want to talk about is legacy. Listen, it is not enough to be a leader. It is not enough to want to collaborate with others, right? This might not aptly, describe all of the things that we learned last week. It can't just be about you, what I will eat. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is important that you focus on what you can eat, how you can be wealthy, because you want to use it for the good of others. But think beyond now. Think beyond me. Listen, if I were to just think about myself and how I feel, I won't be on this call. Because I need to rest. I've gone out to support a friend at a program. I'm like, I have a program tomorrow. I need to rest as well. But I'm like, no, I promised that I was going to have a call as a debrief call for the summit. And I'm going to be here. Legacy. It's legacy. I'm thinking beyond now. I'm thinking beyond me. I'm thinking beyond self. And I'm thinking about the future. Be posterity-centric. A meaningful legacy considers the impact on future generations. This decision I have taken, how does it impact the future generation? Would my children be happy that I did this? Would my children be happy that I said this? A meaningful legacy considers the impact on future generations. So you may be young and you'll be like, Shola, I'm still very young. I'm 19 at 20. Close your eyes and you'll be 30. Close your eyes, you'll be 40. Close your eyes, you'll be 50. Be posterity-centric. A meaningful legacy considers the impact of whatever they do on future generation. Be purposeful in your giving. Be purposeful in whatever it is that you do. Legacy is also about what you give back to your community and how you uplift others. I want to give us a challenge as we go into the next quarter, the final quarter of the year. Take your eyes away from your problem and look at how you can solve the problems of people, right? A friend 2 or 3 days ago on Instagram, she shared something, and then some lady just made a very innocent comment under it. And my friend was inspired to raise money for her. Listen, it was just joke. By the end of maybe first or second day, they had raised 10 million. Just a lady on a random day doing her thing and just sharing about her life's experience. You never know when your change will come. But what I'm saying is the reason our nation is the way it is because everybody is looking inwards. Get all you can, then can all you get. If we start to think about purposeful giving, what we can give back, irrespective of our pains and circumstances, the world will become a better person. I wanted to say also build partnerships. With partnerships, you can create a broader impact and ensure that your legacy extends beyond personal achievements. Be progressive in your thinking. That's how you can think about the future. That's how you won't be bound just thinking about the past. Think beyond yourself. Think about how you can solve societal ills, ensuring that your leadership efforts lead to sustainable change and empowerment, right? Share your stories, my friends. Share your stories. Share your journey and lessons with others because it can inspire and guide them long after you are gone, not just when you have gone, but right here on earth. I wanted to just invite every one of you who came to the summit to join our Smart Stewards Academy. Listen, the next summit is in 1 year, 1 year less 7 days. When we had last year's summit, it was like, now. By the time you close your eyes and open your eyes, it's September. And our next year's summit is what? Our 10th anniversary. It's going to be great. You're going to be alive. I'm going to be alive in good health, in wealth. Our circumstances have changed with 100x, 1000x. But we want to help you take practical steps into achieving that. And that's why we're inviting you to join our Smart Stewards Academy, where we have tons and lots of curated courses on how to make, manage, and multiply money. If you're a young person, we have the Smart Starters community. So for the elderly ones, it's 50K for 3 months, for a quarter. It will help you end this quarter powerfully. But if you are young, for the Smart Starters, I think there's a criteria for determining how old you are and if you're a starter or not. Maybe you have to submit your ID. It's just 20K. Now, some of us, 20K is what we spend in 2 days on drinks, on shawarma. So please, on YouTube, any of the admin is watching, or my team members, help us post, the link to joining the academy. All of these things that we have learned, don't think you can run it by yourself. Coach, I'm fired up. Connect yourself to an accountability group. Connect yourself to more than one accountability group. There are things I already have set in motion for myself. By the time we gather next year, so as also by God's grace, you'll be doing wow at my results, because I am committed to running with all of those things that we learned, and I'm committed to executing powerfully. So join the Smart Stewards Academy, and let's run together. Let's do these things together, right? So I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things. These are some of the things that I couldn't share last week, and I thought that, I could bring them to you. Munkata Junaidu from Sokoto, well done, well done, well done. I want to encourage you to join our Smart Stewards Academy so that you can start to learn, and so that you can start to, practice and make the most of all that you have learned. If you have any questions, I can take just 1 or 2 questions in the comments, and then we can call this a day. Anybody with any questions? Anybody with questions on YouTube? I am checking the comments. If you have any questions relating to what we learned last week, or relating to any area of your life, I can take just 1 or 2 questions, and then we can call this a day. Does anybody have any questions in the comments? And don't forget that you should follow us on our social media pages at Smart Stewards Shola Adeshaki, so that you can continue to learn, and of course join the Smart Stewards Academy, like I said, so that you can continue to learn and be accountable. Well done, and everybody, if you have any questions, you can reach us at info@smartstewards.com. I'm also going to drop our customer care line so that you can reach out to us. And then if you have any questions as well, you can also call that line. Yes. Which training? Oh, the academy would run for just 3 months. Just 3 months. And then you can continue. You can decide to come back. But it's a 3-month course, and you will learn about making, managing, and multiplying money. We run monthly webinars. We call it our academy webinars. And then we have our investing webinars, where we talk about different forms of investment, right? So if you have any question, I have put the number on which you can reach us. Don't forget, reach out to us, send us DMs, and of course, email us. I've also dropped the link for the academy. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Well done, Munkata. You want to join the academy? Are you a starter? Send an email to info. No. Actually, call that number or WhatsApp the number on the screen. 0901 909 3340. Right? You go and WhatsApp that number, and then somebody will be there to speak with you. Or you can also email smartstewards.com, right? But again, I am dropping the number. Make sure you WhatsApp that number with any questions that you have. So I am wishing you all an amazing weekend. I hope to see you within the academy so that we can together crush the last quarter of the year, right? We're going to crush the last quarter of the year, and it's just going to be amazing. If you are here listening to me and you have not subscribed to our page, please subscribe to our YouTube page, Smart Stewards by Shola Adeshaki, and make sure that you invite your friend. God bless you and see you next time. Enjoy.